Today we're taking a look at all the hidden gems in the Lego Architecture Pyramid of Giza that was recently released. Should you or should you not pick this one up? Let's get into it. So before we get into the review, I do want to thank ZAVVI for gifting this set for the review. ZAVVI.com is an amazing place to shop Lego, to shop all things collectible. With us getting into Black Friday, Cyber Monday, the holiday season, they're going to be running some amazing deals. I've done a lot of shopping on ZAVVI.com, especially during the holiday season, and I've gotten some fantastic deals on Lego sets in specific, so you're going to want to get some of these deals. I'm going to put an affiliate link down in the description below. Click on that link. It does help at the channel, so I do appreciate that. But it'll take you to ZAVVI.com. Do some shopping for yourself. Pick yourself something up fun for the holidays at a good price. Pick up some of your Christmas presents while they're running these deals. When you check out, if there's not a discount already applied, type in the code BRICKQUEST into the discount code box. Some exclusions will apply to the discount code, but either way, grab yourself something fun. And as always, definitely appreciate you supporting the channel. It means a lot. So let's go ahead and jump in. I'll show you a couple things that I really like about the set, a few things that I don't like about the set. Let's start with the details on the set. So the set itself is 1,476 total pieces, retails for $130. Pricing on the set, I would say, is okay, but not great for sure. If you look at the Lego Architecture White House, you're spending about $100 for about the same amount of pieces. If you look at the Architecture Taj Mahal, you're spending $120, which is $10 less for over 2,000 pieces. So the price per piece is much better in other Lego Architecture sets than it is in this one. With it not being a licensed set, I'm not really sure why that is, but I feel like they probably could have put this at more of like the $100 price tag than $130. A couple things that I really like about this set and a couple things you may not have known about this set. So we'll start at the front. So the first thing you'll see up here at the front is there's an interchangeable nameplate. You can actually put the Great Pyramid of Giza nameplate spelled out, or you can use the hieroglyph nameplate, and that hieroglyph stands for Khufu's Horizon, which is the ancient name of the Pyramid of Giza. Now the next thing you'll bump into is the Nile River, and I love how they did this. If you look at these tiles and lift them up, you've got a lot of different browns, greens, and blues underneath the tile itself. It gives a much more traditional look of a river because it's not always going to be that bright Bahamas blue water that you would think of. With a river, especially like the Nile, you've got a lot of different colors interlacing into that. You've got a lot of different growth underneath the water that can change the color. So they really made that more traditional to a river, which I think is really nice. The next building here is called the Valley Temple. And the Valley Temple is where they actually brought the pharaoh over to actually drop him off for burial in the Great Pyramid of Giza. So they did a nice job in putting that right in the center of this, giving it a little bit of a ramp up into the pyramid. One thing I don't like is the ramp leading up into the pyramid is actually lower than the platform of the Valley Temple, so you have like this huge bump down. They may not have been able to do anything with, but it isn't really overly true to form because you don't have like a smooth transition into the temple, so I don't love that part of it. Lining that ramp though up into the Pyramid of Giza, you've got 3 different sphinxes, which are really nice. They're just mini builds of the sphinxes. Now over to the left here, we actually have 2 smaller pyramids. These are actually thought to be for some of Khufu's family. There's a total of 4 that were actually around the Pyramid of Giza. Now, one hidden gem that I thought was really cool is if you open up these pyramids, they actually left a small gap right in the center for a casket for the family member of Khufu. So they did that in each one of the different pyramids. I thought that was a really cool add-on just to give it a little bit more of the true form of the pyramid and actually have it be a burial site, which is awesome. You got a bunch of shrubbery up here at the front, which looks great. Also on the bank of the water over here on the side. And then obviously when these pyramids were built, there was most likely a lot of workers. So they actually have a full village here with a bunch of the different houses for the workers that worked on the pyramid. And those are really nice little mini builds. And then obviously right in the middle of the village, we have this big obelisk. That was a really important structure in the Egyptian times. So that is really nice as well. Now up at the front here, which I forgot to mention, is on the Nile River, you get these 2 felucca boats. They're different sizes here. A really cool add-on. They look great. These boats in the ancient days were actually used to ferry people and goods up and down the Nile River, so they added 2 of those, which I thought was a nice add-on. Over on the side here, I really love the way they added this small sand effect. You kind of get this wavy sand effect on both sides of the pyramid, which I thought looked great. Then we get to the center main attraction, the Pyramid of Giza. It's made completely out of white sloped bricks with a small tan base at the bottom. And then right at the top here, we've got a gold capstone. It was believed back in the day that the capstone was actually covered in gold, so that is a nice addition. But here we go. This is really cool. So this actually fully comes off. We can take that off, set it to the side, and then we've actually got a small look at what it looked like for it actually to be built back in the day. Obviously, it's not confirmed that this is exactly how the pyramids were built. You've got the different pulley systems where you can see they're pulling up some of the larger stones to set those in place. We've got some smaller crane systems here where it'll actually pull up some of the smaller items for construction. This is a probable way that it might have come together, but obviously a ton of work, and some of these stones weigh an enormous amount, so it is still very much in speculation of how this thing actually came together. If we flip it around to the back, you'll actually get a good look at some of the tunnel works inside the pyramid itself. Obviously, a lot of these tunnels are pretty elaborate, but we can see right in the middle, again, they put a nice casket there for the pharaoh in the Pyramid of Giza, so it gives it more of the realistic look. And then you've got the tunnels kind of leading from the top and from the bottom all the way up to the casket, which is really nice. If you look at the bottom here, you can see there's 2 openings here. Obviously, we're only getting half of the pyramid in this, so if you buy 2 of these sets, you can actually put 2 of them together and you'll actually get the full pyramid. For me, to be honest, I would have preferred them just to make this a little bit smaller and just make it one full pyramid on the full set, so you kind of get the full picture. I don't really love the idea of going out and getting a second one. Obviously, it gets really large at that point in time, but you know, then you'll have kind of this same thing on this side of the build. I've seen some alternative ways of doing it, but for me, it would have been nice just to have a little bit of a smaller pyramid, and then that way you get the full picture of the Pyramid of Giza with the Nile and the bank and everything just on one set. So all that being said, what would I actually rank the set? Taking the build experience into account, taking the cost of the set into account, I would give this set a solid 8 out of 10. There's obviously a few things in this that I don't like, particularly the fact that they only gave us half the pyramid. However, you do get a really cool historical experience while building this. There's not a lot of monotonous building going on while you're doing it, so it is a fun building experience. And I would say it displays very well. So if you're into architecture, I would say it's not my favorite architecture set of all time, but it's definitely up there, and I would definitely recommend picking up this set. I do feel like it is a great buy and a great build. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.